Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 21-day challenge with PSSM Global. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Queen Itasha, the founder of On Majesty Corporations, which has two entities under it. One of them you all may be familiar with, Enforce and Peace, where I bring mental health awareness to and heart math through Puri, my dear sister who brought me to PSSM Global. We bring mental health awareness to the military, fire, EMS, police, and first responders. She delivers heart math, which is an amazing skill set to have. Which she does present under O Majesty Corporations and Enforce and Peace, where we actually go to government agencies and present to them heart math, show them what their anxiety issues may be. Mental health is just really big right now. So the topic is mental health. That's something that I just love, and that's what brought me here. So, mental health awareness, I want to touch on some very important things and how those mental health issues can become a lifelong journey of damage control for us and our children as human beings. Mental health awareness is something that often goes unnoticed. Something as simple as growing up in a home where you don't have a voice at an early age, where you're a child, so whatever you feel just isn't important and you should be quiet and listen to what you're told. Something as simple as that can create a major issue for a child growing up who does not feel like their opinion matters or that they even have feelings. So it teaches you to be numb at a very early age. You know, our ancestors did an amazing job, but one thing that we may not want to mention about our more recent ancestors is that they contribute to the fear. More recently, the generational curse has begun to be lifted in the past 10 years, maybe. They call us the millennium babies, 20 years? I'm 32, so maybe it started 32 years ago. Because for me, I was one of those children who always spoke about my feelings, who was always aware of my feelings, and always wanted my feelings to be heard, which is a very important thing um, to have. And not everyone is born with that. One thing that I always say is, I don't conform, I create. And that saying alone makes you think, conform. What what does conforming mean? Conforming to someone else's ideas. You know, when you're born, just think, when you were growing up, you were told what to do, what to think, and who to trust. How much of that is your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions? Zero. None of it. Zero. So if you're growing up, your mom, dad wants you to go to college, or they want you to believe in this religion, and you don't have a choice. They want you to eat this food. And you don't know what affects your mental and your body, your spirit. They want you to go to this school, and they want you to not have these set of friends, and they want to hold on too tightly to where your own creativity is null and void. All of their ideas are piled onto yours. That is one of the major reasons why I have become a yoga teacher for children, because that way we stop the generational curse. And then those who are already here and have already developed those things, those bad habits, we have to do damage control. So I'm saying this to say mental health is so important. So much so that I want to say New York, back in 2016, they mandated having mental health be a part of the curriculum statewide. That's just what they said it was going to be. They have to teach it. And that's something that I started presenting to the schools in Prince George's County, because my company is registered, being able to service all Prince George's County schools in Maryland. And if I did not say where I was located, I do apologize. I am in the United States of America, located in Maryland. Um, and my company also can service Montgomery County schools as well. There's many counties in Maryland, super big. So those are the two counties that we are registered, and that's a lot of school jurisdictions. Um, a lot of schools to cover from K through 12th grade is where I'm certified to teach anxiety, chair yoga, mental health, special needs children. So that's the main reason why I wanted to teach children. Although I have developed the skill of becoming a meditation teacher through PSSM Global, which I'm so grateful for being a part of, that this establishment, this wonderful nonprofit organization that Master Patrigi, has developed to allow this amazing platform for different people from different countries to come together. I'm so excited to be a part of that. Although I have become a meditation teacher, which I'm so highly grateful for that opportunity, I do also do children and adults, but with my yoga, I'm only a yoga teacher for children because our children need to develop a feeling. They need to be able to identify body awareness, what they're thinking, what's around them, different senses that we have: hear, smell, taste, feel. Just being able to tune into some things that their parents, we all weren't taught that. So unless you have set aside a different plan for your life and your children, uh, you pretty much have been growing up, just by what someone else feels you should be doing, unless you become what I call myself, the rebellious one, but in a good way. Like, I don't conform, I create. So we have children that play video games. My children play video games. Let me be honest with you, I play video games, but I don't sit there all day long and just soak into a video game and just soak into the TV. I feel guilty if I do that. Why? Because I'm engulfed in someone else's ideas, and it's really programming your ability to be creative and programming you to want to have more of that and less of time with yourself. When you get entertained by programs and TV shows and the latest this, the latest that, you pull yourself away from who you are. You pull yourself away from learning yourself. You pull yourself out of sensitivity for others, compassion for yourself, what you may deserve, what you may love or not love about yourself that you may want to find balance in. So I highly suggest that everyone watching this video and that's going to watch this video, that they take some time for self. And one way to do that is through meditation. That's one excellent way to do it. It forces you to be with yourself. There's different forms of consciousness. You have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. The conscious mind is right now, here and now. We're talking about what I'm saying. The subconscious mind is you have to bring your attention to that thought. You have to bring your attention to what you're thinking and what you're feeling, or else you don't know. But guess what? That drives your actions. So say, for instance, you get up and you hit your foot on the bed. I'm going to use that example. That example is one of my favorite examples because that's so realistic. Almost everyone has hit their foot on the bed, or hit their foot on the dresser, or hit their foot on the corner of a door on the way out the door, or, when they get up from bed. So say, for instance, you hit your foot on the door or the bed. And at that moment, you get frustrated. You're like, oh my goodness, darn it, hit my foot. You go in the bathroom. You drop your toothbrush in the toilet. Another thing, darn it. At some point, my highly suggestion is, at that point, the first time you create a ripple and effect of something negative, or something that may not serve you, or something that just didn't feel good, embrace it. Identify that it happened. Don't completely breathe, because then you create a rippling effect. I did it the other day, and I'm going to tell you how. But you create a rippling effect. If you try to hold it in, you're not breathing, and you think that you're over it, you're really not, because then something else happens, and something else piles on top of that, and something else piles on top of that. And it's like you create a ball of energy before you left out the door. You created that ball of energy of whatever it was going to be for the day: good, bad, uncomfortable, challenging. You can change that dynamic as soon as that energy comes to you, or as soon as you attract it. You can change it. Okay? If you don't, then you're creating that ball of energy. Some people don't want to admit that whatever comes to them, that they created it. And you did, because you didn't try to change the dynamic of your mindset. And in doing so, you can use meditation to do that. Tune into yourself, get connected to your spirit. For me, when I woke up with so much on my mind and so many responsibilities the other day. I was overwhelmed. And I didn't take a moment to just say, you know what? I want to stop this right here. I didn't. I just remained strong. And you see my face. Remain strong. No, bad idea. No. What I should have done in that moment, instead of trying to remain strong, is just simply take it. You take it. That's just what it is. You take that, take that, take that, take that. Versus, no, you know what? I'm identifying where I am. I don't like the way this feels. Let me try to channel my energy. Let me meditate. Let me get some things off my shoulders. Let me just relax. Let me just be. Let me just relax my mind. Let me connect with myself. Let me connect with my higher self. Let me just do what it requires. Do what it takes right now. I didn't do that. I just kept letting stuff pound. That's what I did. Only to go outside and see that someone hit my truck. Parked. Yeah. Thankful for my recent celebrations of being engaged to an amazing man. He just knew exactly what I needed, and that was a hug. Baby, just breathe. Someone with positive reinforcement. Baby, just breathe. Do you know I forgot to breathe? Yes, I teach this. I forgot to breathe. He probably could feel it, just the tenseness. Like I'm just probably holding my breath. And I wasn't breathing. I know I wasn't. And that is a gateway to stress. That is a gateway to tolerate it. Don't express yourself. Just deal with it. You don't like it, deal with it. You don't have a choice. You have a choice. You can change it. And don't get me wrong. Through my frustration, I'm still a master at work. So I still was fighting through in a sense of positive. There's a way out. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to get to it. That's definitely the mindset I always had. So that has saved me tremendously with getting to where I need to get to. Tough times, you got this. You got this, Itasha. You've always had your own back when it comes to self. No matter who you're with, no matter where you are, you still have to take control of yourself. Accountability. Accountability is the part that you played, what you could have done differently. What you could have done differently starts with your thoughts. Okay? Your actions are next. What you put out there into the universe, what you put out into the ethers. Even a simple thought is something you're putting out into the ethers, and it comes back to you. So just to go back, you have your conscious mind, which is where we are. You have your subconscious mind, is where you have to bring your attention to it to know that you're even thinking it, but it drives your actions. So just when you say, well, I did this because of that, or I don't know why I did it, it's because you're not in tune with your subconscious mind. And meditation is an amazing way to get in tune with self. Then you have your unconscious mind. Boy, no control over that. Well, in order to get yourself to a point where you want to be, there's always more than one way of doing what you need to do. But meditation is something that's been implemented in almost all religions that are, and I'm not a religion believer, by the way. I'm a free spirit. I don't believe in religion and conforming to anyone's ideas for that matter. I'm strictly driven by the spirit, and connecting with the spirit is something that I love to do daily, even when it becomes uncomfortable. But the ego, your ego, That's where the subconscious mind lives. It's the self-sabotaging protection. Oh, you think this is what you're supposed to be doing. That's why, and I say that, oh, you think this is what you're supposed to be doing. That ego drives you to do some things that are ego driven, but you don't know. Oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and this is what I'm going to do to protect myself. When all while you're stacking it, and you're putting band-aids on wounds that will be reopened because they're not healed. Just imagine if you have a cut on your finger and you put a band-aid on it. If you keep that band-aid on there, it's going to be moist, and it's going to then grow bacteria. And if you don't let it breathe, if you don't let it go through the healing process, it'll be reopened because it'll be too soft to harden and heal itself and go through its natural form because you're trying to put a band-aid on it. It's the same when you're dealing with things from childhood. I don't know if you all have heard of ACE, Adverse Child Experience. That is where if you grew up in a household where you had, you've been cursed at a lot, you've been yelled at a lot, sexually abused, there's different levels. Just like it's different levels of fight, flight, run, shut down. There's different levels, and there's different things that cause those different reactions in a child or an adult. As I stated, it's a learned behavior, and mental health is not something that's on the forefront of our lives without going through something and being forced to look at it. So I highly suggest looking into yourself, starting with meditation, self-awareness, taking a moment before you get out of the bed to not deal with responsibilities, but start your day off calm and set the tone for you to be able to take on to whatever the world has for you. Set the tone for yourself. Meditate. Write down your thoughts, if you will. It's a technique that I use. It's called meditative writing. I live by that when I'm doing anything with a group, even children. If the children can't read yet or write, I actually have them draw. So when I'm teaching yoga, I always like to use that technique at least, I would say, out of 10, 7 times, because that shows people what they're thinking sometimes when you may not know. So I'm going to give you this little nugget before we go into our 21-minute meditation. So while you're listening to me, find you a nice quiet space. If you have a spot the sun is beaming where I am, if the sun's beaming, that's even better. Let it beam on that third eye of yours. If not, that's totally fine. If you can make your room dark, make it dark. If not, it's totally fine. Doesn't matter. But I want to give you this nugget. I'm going to challenge you along with the 21-day challenge. I'm going to leave with, and I will be taking questions at the end of our meditation so you can stick through. You can put your questions in the comment box. For later or for this particular discussion for the first 20 minutes, I'm going to say 5 minutes, set you a timer. You and your children, if they're old enough to write, great. If not, let them draw. Set a timer for 5 minutes. The rules are you cannot look up. Do not try to find the perfect words to express what you're putting on paper. Just let all of your thoughts fall onto the paper. Don't look up. You're not allowed to for 5 minutes until the timer goes off. You write. You write it out. Keep writing. It can be bad words. It can be good words. There's no good or bad. It just is. Just write it. If you have children, let them draw. No matter what it is. Whatever the thoughts are, whatever the words are, write it. It does not have to be a perfect sentence either. Just write the words, the feelings, the thoughts that come to your mind. Once the timer goes off, you stop completely. Just stop. Then you read it. The purpose of that is to know what you're thinking. And sometimes that's something you had to get out that you didn't know you had to get out. Whatever you're feeling. And just drop it on the paper. And if it makes you feel better, read it to someone. No matter how bad or good you think it is, read it to someone. Share it. Or read it out loud. And whatever you may have written that you may not be satisfied about, you should be satisfied no matter what, because you got it out. That's number one. But if you wrote something that you're not satisfied about, you can refer to my Mind, Body, and Stones page. And all of them have websites. 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗵𝗿𝗶.com without an S. Enforce, ENFORCE, the letter N, the word peace, PEACE.com has a website. And Mind, Body, and Stones has a website. I teach affirmation writing. You create a positive affirmation to counteract that negative thought. And you don't want to speak into existence, I don't like this about myself. I always do this. You want to set the tone from here and now. And you say, up until this point, this is something I learned from my spiritual advisor, and I love her dearly for her expertise in helping me redirect my path and speak into existence what I want versus where I've been and keeping me stuck there because of the words that I use. So you want to say, up until now, I've done X, Y, Z. That way you're setting the tone that you're leaving that there, in the then, in the now, and you're proceeding on forward. So I'm going to close out with that. And I want us to go ahead and get to the meditation. So go ahead and find your quiet place. I'm going to do something special for you guys. I want you to stay with me. I'm going to get my quartz crystal bowl, and I'm going to use that as you all close your eyes and meditate for 21 minutes. Okay? So go ahead and find your quiet place. That I'm going to give you at least about a minute to find your quiet place. Lock in your energy. Your aura is above you, around you, and under you. And you have a picture there. Posture is great. Great posture equals good health. And I always say that to my students when I do my meditation. So posture is very important. At first, it may feel like, oh, it's uncomfortable. Stick in there. Find a pillow, put it behind your back, lock in your aura. If you don't have one, just intentionally sit up straight, just like those little babies right there in this picture. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and get the singing bowl. I hope you guys are getting yourselves in a comfortable position. I am going to be right with you. Just setting up the quartz crystal bowl. Play a little bit of sound for you. This is one of my best friends right here. I can count on this beautiful 423 hertz love frequencies. Thanks to my sister 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗵𝗿 for putting me on to such a great during meditation. It makes it so easy. All right, you ready? So, we're gonna go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and exhale, and just give yourself permission to release and let go of any tension in your body, in your face, in your mind. Just go ahead and relax your mind at this time. Nice and easy breathing. Bringing your attention to your breath. Letting no thought trouble you at this time. When you feel your mind starting to wander, just kindly bring your attention back to your breath. Do not open your eyes no matter what. Nice and easy breathing. You all are doing an amazing job. Just keep your eyes closed. Remember, if those thoughts try to creep around, just kindly bring your attention back to your breath. Nice and easy breathing. You deserve this break. Your mind deserves a break. Your mind deserves the opportunity to connect with your spirit and your higher self. Nice and easy breathing. You all are doing an amazing job. Meditation is supposed to be easy. It's your break. It's your mental break. It's your intentional break for self. To connect with your higher self. You deserve this break. I'm going to allow you to be in complete silence for the next 2 minutes, and then I'll start playing the bow again. Make sure you remember to breathe. You may feel yourself slipping in and out of consciousness. That's a great sign that you're doing it right. Almost feels like you're not here anymore. You're not in the physical form. Connecting with the spirit, your higher self. Continue to breathe. Observe the natural flow of your breath coming in and out. Whenever any thoughts come back to clearing with your breath. Your breath is your superpower, it's your chi. Observing the natural flow of your breath. Be your own superhero through your breath, rescuing you from any concerns or worries. Observing the natural flow of your breath in and out. Whenever you may feel any thoughts come, just kindly bring your attention back to your breath, clearing out those thoughts. Y'all are doing an amazing job. We're about halfway through our 21-minute meditation. Continue observing your breath, the natural flow of your breath, in and out. And if any thoughts try to creep around, just go ahead and bring your attention back to your breath. Clear those thoughts right out. Observing the natural flow of your breath. Nice and easy breathing with the natural flow. Five minutes remaining. Y'all are doing an amazing job. Continue observing the natural flow of your breath, coming in and out. Whenever any thoughts may come back, just nicely bring your attention back to your breath, clearing out those thoughts. The last 5 minutes will be in complete silence. Nice and easy breathing. Continue observing your breath. Okay, everyone, do not open your eyes. Rub your hands together. Place your hands over your eyes. And slowly open them when you're ready. That completes the 21 minutes of meditation with PSSM Global, Pyramid Spiritual Society, 21-day meditation challenge. I truly had a pleasure speaking with all of you all today. I hope you all learned something about mental health, and I hope you accomplished being able to meditate with me if you haven't done so before. I had a pleasure playing the singing bowl with you all as well. I'm going to go ahead and close out. Before closing out, I want to allow questions. Does anyone have any questions or would like to share their experience at all? If you would like to, you can drop a comment. I'm going to observe them right now. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them and I'll answer your questions, or if you would like to share your experience. Namaste, 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗏𝗏. I'm going to wait patiently to see if you have any questions. Give you about 1 minute to post a question and then we'll close out. All right, everyone. You all have an amazing day on purpose. Namaste to everyone. It was a pleasure. Have an amazing day. Bye.